Hi everyone, thank you for stopping by. How is everyone doing today? So if you have been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. Alright, so what do I want to talk about today? So the other day I just come on the internet as usual, scroll down YouTube, and I come across this new. So this is two-time MVP Stephen Curry. In his practice shooting three-pointers, it looked like just another practice, but it's not. So in this video, he made 105 three-pointers in a row. Yes, you heard it right, 105 three-point shot in a row. My first reaction looking at the clip was like, this is incredible. I don't know what's the last time I did something successfully 105 times in a row. Like I don't think I can add two numbers correctly 105 times in a row. So I think that alone, I think that's pretty impressive. But for someone who into math, we don't want to stop there, right? We want to dig a little deeper and look at the math behind this. Look at the math behind 105 three-pointer in a row. In particular, I kind of want to know what is his single shot probability. What is his probability to make one three-pointer? So before we start, let's talk about assumption. To make this analysis or this calculation a little easier, we can assume each of his shots are IID, which means two things, which means they are identical and they are independent. Alright, so the first part is independent, mean what happened to the first shot does not influence the probability of the second shot. Which you can argue that this is not true because if he made the first shot, he got pumped up, he's like, let's go! And he's more likely to make the second shot. Like in this video, he made like 100 in a row, he's like, okay, let's go! Let's make one more, right? The other part about IID is identical, mean each other shot has the same probability, which again you can argue that is not true because as he shoot more, he gets tired and his probability would go down. But all that aside, let's assume that they are identical and independent anyway for the sake of computation. So with that, let's figure out what is the probability that he make one three-point shot. Alright, so first, if you don't know anything, we go to Google of course. So we can go to Google and look for his three-point percentage in game. And Google say 0.33 or 33% or around 1/3. Alright, so right here I actually make a mistake. His three-point percentage should be 43%, not 33%. But that's aside, the analysis that I am about to do should stay the same. So every three shot, he would make one. Of course, this is not what we're looking for because in game, there's a lot of pressure, there's a defender, probability gonna be totally different. And another reason that 1/3 is not what we're looking for is because 1/3 kind of translates to an unlikely event. Like if you try to do something 3 times, it only happened 1 time. In this case, he tried to do something 105 times and he successfully do it 105 times. To put that in perspective, if his chance of making a three-pointer is 1/3, to make 10 in a row, the probability would be 1/3 to the 10, thanks to the fact that they are independent and identical, which is around 0.0017%. Alright, so we can throw 1/3 out of the window, that's not what we're looking for, right? So where else can we find this number? Alright, we can go to Reddit, right? Because Redditors know everything. So in this thread, he said during practice, good NBA player would shoot around 80% of their three-point shots. Alright, so is that what we're looking for? Let's find out. So let's assume that the probability of making one shot is 80% or 0.8. Then the probability of making 105 in a row would be 0.8 to the 105. I have done the math. That turned out to be 6.67 times 10 to the power of minus 11. That is a very small probability to say the least. But to put that in perspective, the chance of making 105 in a row, given that his one shot probability is 80%, would be 1 in 15 billions. Yes, you heard it right. Billions with a B. So let's think about this. The chance of winning Powerball jackpot is around 1 in 300 millions. So winning Powerball jackpot is really hard, but make 105 in a row is 50 times harder than winning a jackpot. So we can say either he shoot it at 80% but he's extremely lucky on that day, or we can throw 80% out of the window. That's not a reasonable number. Okay, so 1/3 is way too low, 80% is still too low, so what is a reasonable number? So let's pump that number up even more, right? So let's say that his probability of making one shot is 90% or 0.9. Then the probability that he would make 105 in a row would be 0.9 to the power of 105, which turned out to be around 0.0016% or 1 in around 64,000. 1 in around 64,000. Is it big or is it small? Well, it's pretty small. We can think about it this way. So let's say every day Steph go to practice and he start off his practice with try to shoot 105 shots. And we would like to know, okay, he does that every day. How many days does it take him to be able to successful even once? If he shoot at 90%, he would have to do it 64,000 days, which is around 175 years to be able successful even once. I don't know about you, but to me, 175 years seems like a hell of a long time. So 90% is still too low. Alright, so let's pump up that number a little more. So if it's 92, 93, 94, 95%, probability of him making 105 in a row would be this respectively. 92% would give 1 in around 6300, 93% would be 1 in around 2000, 94% would be 1 in around 600, 700, and 95% would give the probability of making 105 in a row be around 1 in around 200. Alright, so the last one is around 0.5%. 1 in around 200. So we can do the same comparison to the 90% case in the sense that if he go to practice and he try to do this every day, then 92% mean he would be successful in 17 years, 93% mean 5 years, 94 2 years, and 95 would be less than a year. So at this point, I would say any number in this range sound reasonable to me because none of this is like 2 billion years or something. So chances are small, but it's possible to happen. So it would depend on your argument and your reasoning why you pick a certain number. For me, 95% seem a bit high because if it can happen within a year, then we probably have seen this before, right? We don't have to wait this long in his career to see that he make like 105 in a row. To me, 92% seem a bit too low too because that means he would need 17 years to be able to complete it, and he has been in NBA for around 10 years. So to me, around 93%, 94% sounds like a right number to me. So if I would have to say what is his single shot probability, I would say during practice, he would shoot a 3 at the rate of 93%. But again, this is just my reasoning. Everyone else who have different reasoning would have different number. At least I would say something between 92 and 95 sounds like a right number to me. Alright, so to conclude, let me add what my thought on this really quickly. First of all, this is surprising to me. If you watch any NBA game and you see a player who shoot 50% at 3-point line, you would say that impressive already. Of course, 50% means you do it under pressure, you do it under exhaustion, you do it with defenders too. So during practice, the number would be higher, but I didn't expect to be that higher. I would expect from 50 go up to 80 or go up to 85 would be super impressive already, but to make it over 90% is beyond surprising to me. Alright, and that's happened like a few days ago, but 2 years ago in 2018, he actually shoot around 100 3-pointers and he made around 93 out of those 100. You can find the link of that video in the description. But that just said that consistent with our analysis that like, okay, 93%, he got 93 out of 100. Actually, a few days before he made 105 in a row, he also made 94 out of 100 during his practice, and in that stretch, he got 77 3-pointer in a row. So 105 in a row in night is, but he's not totally lucky. He is actually pretty good. And last but not least, although this is impressive, but this turned out to be not the world record though. In 1996, a college professor who was then 60 years old made 290 3-pointers in a row. And so that's almost twice as many as what Steph did. The only catch though was Fresh Newman shoot at the college 3-pointer lines, which are around 3 points shorter than that of the NBA. Well, still impressive, right? that's still pretty far. That's 209 in a row. But to me, it's just sad that there's no good way to compare how good these two are against each other, right? Because one shoot at the longer distance, got fewer number. The other one shoot at the closer distance, but got much higher number. Alright, and that's all I want to talk about today. So leave in the comment down below what you think about my analysis. Do you think his probability should be higher or lower? Do you think there will be anyone else who break his record anytime soon? Alright, but that's it for today. Thank you for stopping by. Again, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. But for today, thank you for watching. My name is Kwang and you're watching and choose K. Keep counting.